everyone. My name is Jennifer Kim Chau, and I am your 2021 Texas Elite Miss United States Agriculture. Today I'm at our Palacios Library in Palacios, Texas. The Palacios Library supports not only reading, but we have an after-school program that helps children with after-school projects and homework. The Palacios Library also has a garden, a children's garden, where we can learn about how to plant certain plants or flowers, and so we encourage you to participate in the Palacios Library if you're local, and if you're not, please participate in your local library because reading is fundamental. Today, the Palacios Library has been very gracious enough to allow me to read to the patrons here a book about agriculture called Right This Very Minute, and it's by Liesl H. Dettelson. Now, my platform is diversity in agriculture, and I think that it's very important to talk about diversity in all spaces. But specifically, I think it's important to talk about how agriculture is in a part of all of our lives, and that's what this book is about. So let's begin. Are y'all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. What's that you say? You're hungry for breakfast? Right this very minute? Then you need a farmer. You have the stories of so many right here on your table. What do you guys see?
Pancake.
Very good.
And maple syrup.
And maple syrup. Let's see how that involves agriculture. Right this very minute, in a citrus grove, a grower tests oranges for ripeness. When the fruit is ready, the harvesting crew will pick the oranges, which will be squeezed into the juice you drink in the morning. Who here drinks orange juice? Very good. Right this very minute, in a new field on a wheat farm, a farmer drills furrows the perfect depth for seeds. Your pancakes were made with the wheat that was grown, harvested, and then ground into flour. Right this very minute, in a sugar bush filled with maple trees, a sugar maker replaces old collection buckets with a new tubing system to carry maple sap to a storage tank. The sap will be boiled down in evaporators until it becomes thick and sweet like the maple syrup you've poured on your pancakes. What's that you'd say? You'd like a snack? Right this very minute? Then you need a farmer. You have the knowledge of so many right here in your hands. What do you guys see here?
Cereal.
Cereal? Okay. What do you think this is?
I would say trail mix.
Trail mix. Okay, let's see what it is. Right this very minute, as the sun sets on a cranberry marsh, a grower starts protecting the crop from the frost. The grower will be up all night checking the sprinklers that keep the plants from freezing. Also, cranberries can become part of your trail mix, so you were right. Right this very minute, on a southern farm, a peanut farmer installs soil sensors to make sure the fields aren't too wet or too dry. The sensors help with the farmer decide when and how much to water these sensitive plants. What's that you say? It's time for lunch? Right this very minute? Then you need what? Who do you need? A farmer. You have the hard work of so many right here in your lunchbox. Everybody see the sandwich?
Yeah.
Right this very minute, a dairy farmer tends the cows. The cheese in your sandwich was made with milk from cows that must be milked at least twice every day, whether it's a weekday, a Saturday, a birthday, or a holiday. Right this very minute, farmers till and test the soil for nutrients to make sure it's healthy before planting seeds that will grow into long, crunchy carrots. Right this very minute, an apple grower works with a beekeeper to bring beehives into an orchard. Hundreds of thousands of honeybees will pollinate the pale pink blossoms, helping each tree grow many bushels for apples for you to enjoy. What's that you say? You're ready for dinner? Right this very minute? Then you need a farmer. You have the pride of so many right here on your plate. That does look like a good dinner, doesn't it? Right this very minute, a cattle rancher moves the herd to a wide pasture to graze. She cares for the cows and welcomes their calves into the wild. Maybe that's me, but I don't ride a horse. I ride an ATV. Okay. When the calves are old enough, they will move to the new pastures or feed yards before they are harvested for the beef that will be made into hamburgers. Right this very minute, a farmer plans a crop rotation schedule to keep the soil healthy and grow more of the very best vegetables like the potato you've topped with broccoli and cheese. Right this very minute, some farmers prepare produce for delivery to grocery stores and others box it up to sell at local farmers markets. Before lettuce and tomatoes ever get tossed in a salad or put on top of a hamburger, they must travel from the farm to hungry customers. What's that, you say? You'd like dessert? Right this very minute? Then you need a farmer and sometimes a whole farming family. You have the dedication of so many right here on your fork. Right this very minute, a grower checks the weather forecast in a family-owned strawberry patch while workers help hundreds of visitors pick their own strawberries. Right this very minute, a family checks their backyard coop to make sure the chickens have enough feed and fresh water. Then they collect eggs that get made into foods like the shortcake in your bowl. What's that, you say? You want to grow your own food? Right this very minute? Then you need to think like a farmer. You can help plant a garden right here in your community and right here at the library, right? Right this very minute, you and your friends, family, and neighbors can work together to choose which crops to grow in your gardens. In a few months, you will enjoy healthy snacks and meals made with the fruits and vegetables that you've harvested yourself. Every single day of every year, farmers tend their crops, care for their animals, and work hard to feed their families and yours. Next time you eat your breakfast, snack, lunch, dinner, or dessert, remember that somewhere, right this very minute, there's a farmer to thank you for your delicious food. And if someday you decide to become a farmer, right that very minute, you'll be doing your part to feed the world too. Now, I know that because of COVID, you can't be up very close to me, but I'm donating this book to the library. So if you'd like to read for yourselves and see the pretty pictures, then you can check this book out right here at the Palacios Library. And again, I encourage you to read because reading is so important and so vital of a tool for us as we grow and as a society. And especially remember that agriculture touches every part of our lives, not just food, but our clothes and all other sorts of industries. Do you have any questions about being an attorney, an advocate, in a pageant, or a real estate agent? Okay, well, so yes, I'm going to start on this side and we're going to go all the way over. So we're just going to go in a row like this, okay? All right, young lady, you can start. What do I work for? Well, I work for several reasons, okay? You can put your hand down, we're going to get to you, okay? So the first thing I work for, my first job, my primary job, is being the county attorney for Matagorda County. And that means that I work for you, and I work for your parents, and I work for all the people of this county. And my job really is to make sure that I advise the county officials, your elected officials. Like, remember when you heard about people needing to cast a vote? Do you remember that? Well, when you cast a vote or your parents cast a vote, they were choosing someone to represent your interests. And what I do is I kind of tell them what is in their best legal interest, and so I try to help them make best decisions for our county. And that's part of, well, a big part of what I do of my job. I also am an attorney on the side, so other than being a county attorney, I also have my own office, and I sell houses and land, And I'm also a cattle producer, so I raise cows to make your hamburgers and your steaks. I also run a dog rescue because I think that saving dogs is important. And what other jobs do I have? I think those are the other ones, only ones. But the pageant itself, it's a great way to learn about talking in public and about learning about how to be confident in yourself, and learning from other women and girls about how to be in society and advocate for what your passions are, whether they be agriculture or, like for me, diversity. And what diversity means is just people who are of different genders, so males and females, and also of different national origins. Like I'm Vietnamese, but maybe you all have a Hispanic or Latina background, or maybe you have a Caucasian background, or maybe an African American background. So we like to talk about diversity and how it's important in not only agriculture but society. That was a very long answer, right? Okay, next question. All the jobs? Well, that's a great question. I have a very organized calendar, and down to the minute. I organize everything in my life, and so in my calendar I put in blocks on what I have to do, and I have to prioritize and choose which one is the most important for the day, and I do those first. And then also I have a lot of help. I have to rely on people to do their job so I can do my job. And I have some support from my parents. Like just yesterday they saw that I was feeling tired, so my mom made dinner and my dad brought it over, so I didn't have to cook dinner. So it takes a whole village, and even though I'm a lot older than you, my parents still like to take care of me sometimes by bringing me dinner and making sure I'm well fed, and just that you always have to, I think, organize and set your goals in order to make sure that you can accomplish those goals. Okay? What is your question?
How did you come Miss United States?
So my title is the 2021 Texas Elite Miss United States Agriculture. What that means is, out of all the categories that they have, I'm in the oldest category. Okay? So there are people that are your age and people that are your sister's age. If you have an older sister, maybe you have a younger sister, there's categories for babies too. And basically I registered, I found a sponsor to register, and I registered to compete, and they interviewed me, and I walked a stage in a really pretty dress, and I answered a question on stage, and I put on a costume to be a shrimp boat captain, and because that's what I thought represented Matagorda County the best, and then they judged me and gave me points, and that's how I won my title. And I'll be doing it again in June of this year, but this time in Orlando against ladies from across the United States who are also in my division. So if you're interested in joining the pageant and learning about how agriculture affects you and how you can learn speaking skills and sitting in front of people and talking, it takes practice, by the way, then you can talk to me, and I'm happy to talk to you or your mom about entering into the competition. Yes, ma'am.
Do you speak another language?
So I speak 2 other different languages. I speak English. Vietnamese is my second primary language, and then I also was very fortunate to grow up right here in Palacios, where they offered Spanish in school. So I speak enough Spanish to get me in trouble, I think. You speak Spanish? It's such a beautiful language, and it's important that as you grow older that you build upon your skills to speak Spanish, because, well, communication is important. You speak Spanish too? That's great. That's wonderful. I love it. Maybe next time I can read a book in Spanish. Would y'all like that?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Don't understand.
It's okay. Guess what? I didn't, when I was your age, I also didn't understand Spanish. It wasn't until I was a little bit older. It's never too late to learn a language. You can learn a language at any age. And you can choose when you get older, especially with distance learning and computers and technology now, you can learn French if you wanted, or Chinese, or German. So there's several different languages you can learn. Any other questions for me?
I guess no.
Okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity to read to you guys today. I really enjoyed it, okay?